No, got me in summers.
Who then? Who guards these you winters? Huh? Huh?
No, got me in summers.
Who then? Who guards these winters?
None guards is it. For what's good gets that fars.
None's good.
None's good makes it.
Well, it's good to see that the maw is continually inhabited by completely sane and reasonable creatures, and it has not at all totally gone to the dogs. Or to the apes, as it were. Anything else here? Stumps of wood, which is kind of cool. Oh no, stop crunching the apples, Garrett. Oh, was that a valuable? No, I thought that, like, maybe one of these were actually a chunk of silver or something disguised. Ooh. Wow, I got lucky there. That's pretty cool. Although I think that in the first game, didn't we see some of these, but they actually looked like full-on beehives because they had like multiple bumpy layers down? I could have sworn that I saw that somewhere. Maybe that was in a fan mission or something. Mmm, tasty rats. I guess I could go down there if I wanted to, but do I want to? That is the question. Are we in autumn? Yeah, or fall. Excuse me. Fall. Okay, the cats are totally going to squirt out on my floor, so I'll be right back. Okay, well, thankfully we had no unfortunate accidents, so let's continue. Secret correspondent? So ominous. Okay, so at least now we know a little bit about who hired Truart. So I guess that also is supposed to indicate who hired Truart to kill us. Well, we know he met with Karis, and we were well aware that he was asking for people to be given to him to be killed and used. And yeah, so here you go with your Nazi talk. Oh, okay, so poor soul named Garrett. So we do finally know who did. Okay, I wasn't sure if we actually found out who was hiring him to kill us. So apparently it is the Mechanist. So it is the blatantly obvious, which Garrett really could have figured out, or at least guessed, based on what he heard in eavesdropping, and yet he didn't. So, whatever. And oddly enough, even though she calls us, or Garrett, the poor soul, if we would have caught her at any time or encountered her during that previous mission, she would have chopped our head off without a second thought. So either she doesn't know what we look like, or she's a freaking hypocrite. But whatever. I'd still like to know who supposedly killed Truart. I know that the fans have an explanation for it, which will be explained once Finn and I play Thief 2X, which is a very, very well-fitting explanation that, you know, kind of makes sense. Well, I guess. It doesn't make sense in the context of this story, but I mean, in the context of that story it makes sense. But I guess in the context of this story, it's just an unanswered question that the developers didn't really think too hard about, and they didn't really bother to give a definitive answer for. So they just kind of implied something, but they didn't imply it very...
Someone's been the Mechanist behind my problems this whole time.
But they did have that implication, but it wasn't very clearly stated. So, whatever. Is this where I came from before? Yes. I wonder if I should jump out onto the ground or not. Maybe. Is it worth the time? Am I even supposed to be able to? I mean, I know I can do this now thanks to 1.19. Yeah, I should be able to because, look, I wouldn't be able to get down here otherwise. Wait. Yeah, so there is a way down. I just missed it. Okay, well, I'll continue on and go down the correct way then. It's not like it was too far from where I just was. Right here. Yeah, here we go. Maybe some valuables down there or something. Come here. Because obviously our gold is going to carry over to the next mission, so it's somewhat in our interest to try and gather some. I like the way that there are these chop marks kind of out of this. It's weird though, because Garrett's like, so it's the mechanist behind my trouble the whole time. And yet, he should have been able to figure that out, because aside from what we heard from Churt and Karis, with Karis asking for vagabonds to be stopped and killed and stuff, to be used as servants, aside from that, which he could have made the assumption from there, there's also the further thing of that Artemis, that one keeper who stopped us and handed us that letter, or the invitation thing for that seminar, or seminary. He even said something like, what do you say? He's like, "You have trouble, my friend," about someone who hired Chur to kill you. And Garrett's like, "Yes." And Artemis is like, "Then take this. It's a seminar by the mechanist." And I guess Garrett's just like, "Well, okay. I guess there's no necessarily any connection being implied by you making that statement, so I will just take the letter that you've given me and assume nothing from the fact that you were very strongly hinting that it was there's a connection with Karis and the mechanist, because otherwise why would you have even made that statement? Therefore, we can imply from all this that Garrett's a freaking idiot, but I digress. And I think that's one of the weakest aspects of this entire... of the whole story of Thief 2. There's just a bit too much implied right off the bat from the seminar. Like, you can guess too much from it. And the rest is implied so strongly that Garrett doesn't get it. So it makes him out to be a friggin' moron. Ah. I wonder if I can... Man, this is... I don't know what the deal is with this dropping my frame rate. Hopefully that looks okay for you. Maybe it probably looks fine because I'm actually recording at 30 frames per second, but I'm playing at 60 frames per second, so maybe you won't even notice the difference. If you notice the difference, let me know. Although I'll probably notice myself whether or not it looks fine, but still, let me know what you think, and do so in a very gentle way because I feel super duper bad about it, and I don't want to feel like an asshole. So, please be very gentle with me. It's my first time. Come on. Super dark right here, but not just a couple steps over. This is a pain.
Someone is here.
Aha. Come on. There we go. Got lucky there. I do like to get as much as possible from these areas just because I'm a greedy bastard. And... or, I mean, I'm role-playing as Garrett. Yes, because Garrett is the greedy kleptomaniac type. And therefore, I must preserve that in my playstyle in order to properly emulate the appropriate thief experience. What this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yay! Apparently that mask was worth a hell of a lot. Bunch of masks. Bunch of strange masks of creatures that I cannot comprehend. I have no clue what they could possibly be called, or what they are, or if they'll show up, or anything about them. Therefore, I will make no statements about them and not spoil anything. So, yeah. Let's get back up out of here and go to the winter area, which obviously is so hard to get to. No one would ever possibly make it, except we totally did without too much trouble, all things considered. We could have just stuck past people and avoided the trouble that we did have, but we didn't, so we did, and let's continue. We're on the right trail, though.
I hope this guy doesn't run out of blood.
Yeah, right? This guy's got quite the wound. Although I suppose that with him continuing to move around, it makes sense that it wouldn't properly heal or stop up or whatever. Ooh. Drastic measures. Okay, this is their choice to kill Sheriff Truart. Okay, see, here's a little issue then. Because now the game is strongly implying here that indeed the pagans did personally arrange the murder of Sheriff Truart. Although it does not ever explain how that was done or by what agent it was done. And it was only, I mean, this seems like a pretty clear indication that it was supposed to be the pagans who did so, yet Thief 2X took its own fan base route with it, which has nothing to do with the pagans. So, I suppose it's kind of inconsistent on both ends, isn't it? Ready agent to serve. Yep. See, so the pagans supplied the creature that moved too fast to be human and all that stuff. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but they did it somehow. I love these foot crunching sound, well, not foot crunching, but the snow crunching sounds. It's so cool. It's so cool. This isn't a full will-o-the-wisp. I guess it's just like it's a baby will-o-the-wisp. It's not learned to walk yet, or to fly, well, it is flying, but it's not learned to float around on a elevator path yet, I guess. Wow, I'm actually doing pretty damn well for myself. Did not expect to find this much gold in this mission. Why am I almost finding more gold in missions where I'm just in a forest than I actually do in missions where I'm in someone's house? What the deal is? Huh? There's something wrong here. What's that strange sound? I wonder what that means. I'm not at all saying this in our sarcastic way, so you will have no reason to suspect that I am in fact being sarcastic, because I am a master of hiding my subtle sarcasm. Just like I'm a master of keeping up a running commentary without tripping over my words or making commentary that's stupid and repetitive and annoying and boring and so on and so forth. And, yeah. I like how you can shatter these. Well, see? You can shatter them. I guess I could have just waited to shatter this one. That's kind of a satisfying clunking sound. It's cool. Get out of my way. There we go. Interesting. Some strange tree. Another strange tree. Very interesting. Where are we headed? Trail of blood. Oh, there are falling leaves here. That's cool. Huh. I like that. Hello? Let me tell you, when I first played this mission, this part terrified the urine out of my bladder. Let me tell you. This is an amazing addition for Thief 2. Unique edition. And I'm not sure if you'll get a chance to see it or not. I don't know where I'm going exactly. You just kind of wander around until you find the place where the game ends. Yep. At this point, I know this too well. Well, not this particular spot, but I know kind of what's going on too well to be genuinely terrified. But let me tell you, these creatures that look like trees that growl at you, these things, these are just fakes. But you don't know which ones are fakes and which ones are real, and they make that growling sound if they're real. Okay, that one's real. So allow me to demonstrate why this is freaking creepy. La-di-da, I'm just an innocent thief walking along, not even realizing what's going on. All of a sudden, oh my god, there's freaking giant trees run after me, and it's fast and terrifying, and they kill you in one hit. Ah! And that's kind of how it goes. Get away from me, I don't like being chased. I don't like the sound of being chased. Oh my god! Ah! Hey, another one. Oh, that's the one I read. I collected all the letters. They're all mine.
Garrett.
Victoria.
Garrett. Who is it you wish to fight? Me? Or my Thistlades? Oh, or the Sycamore?
Just you.
I am not the enemy, Garrett, nor anyone here. Here is your enemy. Mechanists. It's no secret that they wish to destroy you, too. Hero that you are. Regardless, you will join us in our struggle against them.
Join you? Not really my first choice.
Choice? My choice is to avenge the death of a friend. You understand nothing of suffering and duty. Pathetic man fool. In one moment I could...
The past is the past. Now we have an enemy in common. Even you must see that this is so.
I seem to have a lot of enemies lately. Anyway, you have matters well in hand.
It is true that I am powerful, but I draw my strength from this place. Where the mechanists are, I am not so assured of victory.
Pity.
I have no time for your vengeful thoughts and biting words. But be assured, Garrett, you are stronger with us than without us. We have been watching the mechanists for 3 moons. Pagan agents are posted in every sector of the city. Your report, Larkspur.
1 loss in the Old City, and 2 more in Dayport.
Sometimes enemies must join forces to overcome a more terrible foe. So tell me, Garrett, yes or no? Are we agreed to work together, sharing knowledge and skills against the mechanists? I put vengeance aside. The Earth keeps my promise for me. Now you have my oath on it. I'm cursed if I break the covenant. Now your answer.
I agree that...
Good. The Earth keeps your promise for you.
Alright. Another strange spot where there's not all the check marks appropriately made. Oh well, yeah, that's Trail of Blood. And I think we did pretty decently. As usual, we're quite a ways from all the loot, but that's okay. Did get all the pockets picked for whatever that's worth. So, yeah. Now we've got a union with Victoria, the wood nymph from the first game who mysteriously vanished, and there was no explanation about that. So it's kind of cool that they brought her back and actually had some story for that. And I'm anxious to continue, and I hope that you are anxious to watch more. So, let's continue then.